all the gyms closed. I had to invest in something to, keep from getting complacent while we're in this lockdown phase. So
Yeah, no, I'm
yeah,
definitely right there with you. I mean, I can only run so much, Don't get me wrong, I
I
love it,
know.
but it's like, dude,
Yeah.
running and push-ups and some abs, need some weights,
Oh
dude.
yeah. Yeah,
Oh,
definitely. I had a 30-pound dumbbell and a kettlebell, but it just wasn't enough. And we go on walks and stuff, especially since the weather's been getting nice. But my boy posted that up, and I was like, perfect timing,
oh shoot, so
perfect.
you really just got that. Oh, wow.
Yeah, like we've had it for like less than 2 weeks, I think.
Awesome. Well, dude, that's awesome, man. I mean, I work at UPS, so at night I, pick up the boxes and all that stuff, and I'm thankful for that because, God, dude, if I don't work out, I'm not a jolly fellow, dude. I'm kind of a monster. I'm like everything. So
Yeah, man, you got to stay moving.
you know it. So how's it all been going, man, during the quarantine? I mean, I've seen you honestly, going out there for the venues and all that, like announcing stuff for them. And dude, that's so cool that you're doing that, getting shout outs for people to
Thank you.
donate and all that. Like seriously, that's like initiative. Not only like you're doing that for this scene, but you also have been like, building connections across the United States, going out places. Like you're on your hustle, dude. And like
Yeah.
hats off to you, dude.
Thank you.
Seriously.
Thanks. Yeah, we were supposed to be playing in Iowa and Wisconsin next weekend. We had like a 5-day run planned where we were going to do like Ohio and then go out to Illinois and Iowa and all that. But everything pretty much right now is canceled. We have a couple shows that are still like not canceled yet and still like on, but
Yeah.
with the coronavirus situation and the updates come constantly. Lockdown date and the group gathering limitations and restrictions
Yeah.
might go forward and cancel some of these shows that we have lined up in the coming months. But we're just rolling with the punches,
Yeah,
basically.
I
All we
mean,
can do.
that's all you can do, man. I mean,
Yeah,
shoot, I'm thinking July, everything should be fine.
yeah.
So
I hope so. I hope so.
I know we need like a summer fest, dude. Like everyone gets crazy, dude. Like,
Yeah, so we're playing a couple fests this year that we're like super stoked on, and it would really be like those shows are still going because some of them are scheduled for like July and August.
oh yeah,
So, like, they're still planned to go down, and like some of our biggest shows of the year are the summer fests that we play. So time will tell, but yeah, we do need summer fests, and especially after this
oh
lockdown
yeah,
period, if we do get the later end of summer to have fests and stuff, I think like some people will be deterred from going out right away, but then there will be some people who, as soon as you give the clear to, it's
yeah,
like okay, they're going to every event possible.
exactly. Get the streets going. Everyone's running, taking care of it. I know, man. That's what I'm pumped up for. I mean, shoot. Every month I tried to get a show for everything, but now I'm like, it's all good. Working on the craft, working on the
Mhm.
podcast. I finally got a light for the room, so now I got this nice little red going on here, a little glorious,
Nice.
dude. But
Hell yeah.
okay, so I see you doing the vocals and also drums, like in different
Mhm.
pictures. So my first question was like, what is it? I mean, I see videos where you're doing, you're the guy on the singing, the vocalist, but
Mhm.
yeah. So do you do like both, or what is it?
So I do play drums and do vocals. Nowadays, I'm primarily a vocalist. I'm a front man for 3 death metal bands, so I am primarily a vocalist. But I mean, I was drumming before I did vocals, and I write a lot of the drum material and drum parts for the Greenleaves, which is my band that's based out of Fort Wayne. So that's a 2-part writing process where I've written like 85% of the drums.
Holy
So
shit.
me and my drummer sometimes we switch, and he'll do vocals for a short song, like a 2-minute long song, and I'll play drums for it, and that's where I get most of my drum pictures. But my drummer is also a vocalist, so like we
Dude,
have fun,
that's
and we switch positions.
yeah, dude, that is super awesome. Because I'm like, holy shit, man. I mean, that's really versatile. And so you said three bands. What's the other two? Because I only knew the Green Leaves.
Yeah, so the Green Leaves is based out of Fort Wayne. Fleshbore is a technical death metal band based out of Indianapolis, and then Lucidium is my one of my other three bands, and it's also a technical death metal band based out of Des Moines, Iowa.
Wow, man. That's wild. I only got one thing going on, and I'm like, all right, the Alchemist. I couldn't
Yeah,
rock all that, but shoot, man.
you know,
Yeah.
it was for a long time. It was just the Green Leaves, and that was like my main and only focus for a long time.
When did you start on that and like that Green Leaves band? Has that been like over at least 3 years?
Um, so we've been playing shows for over a year and a half, almost going on 2 years, come July.
Okay.
But writing music, so the Green Leaves up to this point, all three of our current releases have been a two-part writing process between me and my guitarist Grant. So I'll do, like I said, like about 85% of the drums. He'll do the other 15. There are songs where he's written all the drums. So, he's done his portion, and I've done my portion of writing the more basic guitar parts. But I'm not, I'm not the guitarist. He is.
Yeah.
String instruments are like terrifying to me. Like, don't put me on a piano. Don't give me a guitar or anything like that. Just real basic stuff. But yeah, we've been writing music since like 2013 is when we were writing the first Green Leaf songs.
Wow, man. Holy smokes. So have you known all these dudes like your whole life? And I know you had military. Like, yeah, what branch of military are you in? I just knew you were in it. I didn't know.
Yeah, the Marine Corps. I was in the Marine Corps from 2014 to 2018.
Okay. So yeah, so you kind of knew them beforehand and then you came
Yeah,
back and were able to do that.
yeah. So Grant, I've known for like I think like 8 or 9 years now. One of my best friends. Jackson, our bassist. So we play as a four-piece. So me and Grant and Jackson, our bassist, has been, a close friend that I've known like through Grant for, almost as many years. Damon, our drummer, we've known each other for long. Like I've known Damon longer than I've known Grant technically. We just haven't been as close because me and Damon used to go to shows at like Sunset Hall and like Broad Ripple and stuff like that
Hmm.
back in like, 2012 time frame, I think. So part
Wow,
of like the
man.
old Fort Wayne scene when I was just like,
Yeah.
15,
A little
15,
young
17 years
pup
old.
running around.
Yeah.
Wow, man. Have you always been to metal? Has it always been like, I mean, I love,
Um,
I was just gonna say, yeah, I mean, I remember getting into it when I was like 13, but that's,
the teenage years are definitely, a time for finding that new outlet, all those hormones and everything. But yeah, I think I always knew about like classic rock and stuff because that's mostly what my dad listened to, and some heavy metal like Metallica and stuff along those lines. I think that I found my first form of like extreme metal in probably seventh grade. I think seventh grade was when I found like my first form of extreme metal. Yeah, and then shit, the rest is history.
the rest is
You know,
history.
you,
Yeah.
you find one thing in this little like pocket. You go down and then it just leads into the rabbit hole,
Yeah.
basically.
Yeah. That little niche, man. I mean, it's so funny you say seventh grade because that's exactly when I heard the first Slipknot song,
Mhm.
Duality. And then from there,
Oh,
I
yeah.
was like, I'm going to wear black all the time and start dyeing my hair black. And which is why my hair is no longer hair because you have to do it right. You have to do it properly. Yikes.
Oh shit.
Yeah. It
Wow.
was, I would say another 4 years, my hair would be done. I mean, it would be done. Like, and there's, many reasons why being shaved it's easier. Plus, I feel like more of a monk, namaste, everyone.
It fits. It definitely fits.
Here I got some questions. It's usually just kind of random conversations, but hmm, do. So, have you been doing anything in particular, like workout wise, besides that, and like some? Do you do running and all that, and like?
We're gonna start going on runs now that the weather's like actually getting nicer. Like some days it's like, you're motivated to go on a run, but it's like real nasty out, like it just got done raining or something. But
Yeah.
that's something we've been pondering. We've been going on long walks, so my girl does photography and stuff, so we'll go on a walk and she'll take pictures of stuff on the way, and we'll explore new areas and stuff. So other than that, though, I have a 30-pound dumbbell and a kettlebell, and I just got this cable system from one of my friends. So it's not a full gym by any means, but you can do some versatile stuff with
Hey,
it. Just like really basic like push pull leg stuff, just to keep the muscles from atrophying.
yeah, keep yourself lubricated. That's what I would
Yeah,
say.
for sure.
Keep,
I,
man,
I spend a lot of time foam rolling and doing stretches and stuff too. I mean, I don't have a full gym to do a full workout, so it can be, you use that extra time towards recovery.
oh, definitely. I mean, honestly, stretching has been one of the biggest things I've been adding to. I mean, I need to do it way more. I mean, I'm like, I can go
We all,
pump
we
weights,
all
go
do.
run.
That's what me and my girl always say. It's like no matter the amount of foam rolling or stretching, or we have a percussion gun, a massage gun. It's like no matter the amount of that you do, you're never gonna feel 100%. You still are gonna feel like you need to do it more. So
Oh,
it's a constant journey.
oh, without a doubt, man. I mean, I mean, I've been running hardcore. I'm trying to get myself to. I like the Spartan runs. Those have been
Mhm.
very. Oh man, dude, they're so awesome. I mean, I'm supposed to do it in 2 weeks, but that's not gonna happen. But that's okay. Gives you more time to
So what
train and
sort of what sort of training do you do for those? To build up
oh,
the endurance?
long runs, bro. Like I'll like six. I try to run 3 to 6 miles 5 days a week, like every day 3 to 6, and then obviously the gym. Like when you go in there, it's
Mhm.
honestly, people don't even really have to be in a gym in all reality for over an hour. I feel like you can go in there if you just don't stop. You know what I mean? Like that, it's that break in between, and that's kind of why I like going to gym with people, but I also don't, because it's like you don't want to get them out of the routine. But since I
Right.
haven't had that, man, it's just been running, and then the push-ups and stretching. I mean,
Calisthenics.
exactly. But I mean, UPS, I'm lucky right now because I can pick up
Mhm.
boxes and move. And that's actually why I left Sweetwater, just because, man, I can't sit. I literally cannot sit for 8 hours, nine
Yeah,
hours. It's
I
too
get it.
much, dude. It's way too
Yeah.
much. Plus, swipe or no swiping. There goes $100 on the paycheck.
Yeah.
But that's a,
Dangerous.
yeah, very dangerous, very slippery. I mean, shoot, that whole entire scene was crazy, dude. But so, how many tours have you been on? Because I mean, from what I've heard from you when we've conversated, dude, it's actually blown my mind. Like you actually make me want to push myself and give myself a better expectation of myself, dude. Like you're pushing,
That
bro.
makes me happy. That makes me happy. I guess I would say two. I would say that we've been on two tours, but it also highly depends on what you
Define.
classify the tour as. So
Oh,
we've been on one. Our two tours were both 11 to 12 days, and both of them had like between 10 and 12 shows, and those are consecutive with maximum of one off day. So those we really marketed as our tours because we
yeah,
had so many consecutive days. I mean, with that being said, though, the number of times that we've gone out for 5 consecutive days, where we'll do like a Wednesday through a Sunday, or like a Thursday through a Monday, and we'll do like 5 consecutive days. We've done that like a bunch of times. So I mean, if you consider that a tour, that we've been on a bunch of tours.
yeah.
If you think that it requires something like more than a week or whatever, then I'd say
Oh,
officially two tours.
bro, I would say if it's over five, that's at least call it a mini tour, because that's like dude, that's a
Yeah,
lot.
we call those runs. Like
Call those
a 5 day.
runs.
Yeah, 5 day run, a 4 day run, a 3 day run. We just call that a weekender. Like if it's a Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we just say it's a weekend.
Do you guys sleep in the car, or do you get a hotel, or you kind of just roll the dice on that?
So the way that the Green Leaves operates, I do all of our booking and stuff like that, and we really only get booked in places where we're comfortable, basically, where we are either playing with bands, that we know people in, and we know that, you know, they're going to connect us with like some legit people, or like a booker that, you know, we have like a reference to, basically.
Yeah.
So we try to, mainly whenever we're traveling far away, we try to only you know, we don't try to play random places, and, you know, where we don't know anybody. We try to play at places where we know we're going to be surrounded by friends, and, or, you know, at least a couple friends, you know, so that we know that we'll be taken care of and stuff.
Yeah.
So for the most part on our tours, we usually have friends along the route, or near the venue or whatever, you know, people that are playing with us a lot of
Yeah.
times, and they'll put us up. We've never rented a hotel, and shit, from what I can remember, I don't think that we've ever slept in the van either. So I would say, you know, 9 times out of 10, we line it up, and we plan well enough to usually end up, you know,
With
with a
someone.
decent sleeping situation.
That's smart. And that's really smart. Because I mean, like with that many shows in a row, the fact that you can plan it out like that, dude, that's really cool. Seriously, like
It's
I
necessary, man. It's necessary. Honestly, it's the only way we can be comfortable. We can't hit the road for 10 days winging it. You
no,
know.
no, you did. And plus, I feel like if you didn't get a good night's sleep, like 5 days in a row, like that sixth show, if you're doing a 10-day, dude, I'd be like, "Hi, everyone, I need
Well,
more
I
coffee."
mean, even yeah, we run, dude. It's a hunt for the next caffeine source while we're on the road. Like, it's a hunt for the next caffeine source, but, you know, only one person is driving at a time, and me and Damon split the driving up. So, you know, we drive through the night sometimes, and we just take sleeping shifts, and we've gotten pretty good at that. Where we'll do like 2 hours on, 2 hours off, basically,
Mhm.
to get wherever we're going. The worst drive that we had between two shows was like 8.5 hours, and it was because we had a show they got canceled. So we had to skip like 8.5 hours instead of
Oh,
doing like 4.5. A show got canceled on our second tour, and then we had to zoot all the way to the next place, like 8.5 hours. But I mean, me and Damon just switched, and, you know, we rested in between, and it sucked. But it's not like we're completely, like,
yeah.
you know, sleep deprived, and you know, not functioning. Like, we're pretty functional.
SOL. Hoping for the best, dude. The caffeine source, much needed.
Yeah.
I mean, I honestly couldn't imagine having any alcohol during a tour or anything like that. I mean, I don't drink
we're
as it is,
we're a
but
completely dry band when we play shows. So that
dude,
equates to, on tour, it's like the only time that we're like actually drinking is, you know, if the boys want to have like a celebratory drink, then, you know, that's all good after we play.
yeah.
But, you
But
know, with driving, and like in general, we'll usually wait. Like, you know, if we're playing a show with one of our friends, and we end up staying at their place or something, or they host us after the show or whatever, that's normally the time where it's like, okay, you know, we're comfortable or whatever, where we're resting at for the night. So that's
yeah,
usually the time frame. But
you can.
it's never excessive, because it just wouldn't work out. You wouldn't get much out of the rest that you do get that way.
Yeah, exactly. You'd feel burnt yourself, as well as honestly, that's one thing I've seen in the hip hop industry is people are usually just donezoed, bro, and they get on stage. Like they have to feel a certain way, and like hearing you or sober throughout the show. I mean, that's a mark of professionalism, man. So
Yeah,
really,
100%. 100%. That's a mindset that we keep for the entire duration, from when we park the van and start unloading our gear until the show is completely over.
yeah, without a doubt. I mean, everyone that hears that, like, do that, and, like, seriously, because no one wants to see someone half-assing up on stage or forgetting their lyrics or any of that stuff. Like,
Mhm.
I've literally seen a guy like almost blackout drunk on stage and yelling in a mic, and people just left, and then he fell off the stage. So
Jesus. Yeah,
I'm
it's
like,
not a good time. I've seen a couple incapacitated vocalists. I've seen a couple incapacitated instrumentalists too.
oh,
That shit happens.
yeah, just like unless there's a certain mark. I mean, I understand everyone has their own preference, but I mean, shoot, dude, I'm not. I wouldn't do it, especially alcohol, bro. My God, I feel like all I'd want to do is sleep, dude. And I like being high energy. I mean, that's pretty much
Mhm.
my main thing. I'm like high energy, going at them, and like now, like when you're yelling, bro. Like how much, like how did you practice? How did you do that? Because it is intense, dude. Like I was just listening to some of your stuff right before you got on, and like, man, dude, like my voice would be done. It would be done. I mean, I can yell different ways, but I can't yell like you're
Yeah.
like, bro, like, how do you do that, man? Like, has it just been like for years of practice, or did you go to a trainer for that?
No, I'm mostly self-taught, and I mean, I've always had discussions with other vocalists, and I learn a lot from colleagues and peers of mine. I mean, I have friends of mine who are amazing vocalists, and I ask them for tips and stuff like that. It's a constant learning process.
Yeah,
There's a million different techniques, and really no well, people do vocals the same way, but at the same time, it's like, do they do it the exact same way, or is it their own spin on it? So I mean, basically, I kind of found my own little niche, if you will. The stuff that I like to do, and I'm trying to expand out of that,
yeah,
always. But when I started out doing vocals, I found a couple tones that I figured out how to do well sooner. And those
yeah,
are like my ones that I practiced. And once you get that technique down, and you do proper warm ups, and you take care of your throat, and your voice in other ways while you're not doing vocals. And it's just a million different factors that come together, into being able to make these extreme noises without blowing your voice out and
yeah.
stuff.
I mean,
So
that's
it's like
cool.
at the end of the day, your vocal cords are muscles. So you can train your body to do amazing things in a bunch of different ways. So you train, and you practice, and you develop those muscles, in your vocal cords, and you know
Yeah, be able to get it going, man. I mean, that's awesome that you say. I mean, obviously, as we go into our craft, we evolve into, better techniques. You get to meet other people who are also in the craft. I mean, that's even for my own self. I'm even finding the sound I like to be on and how to project through the sound because, once you just start off as an artist or whatever, you might know the niche that you want to be in and project that, but then to perfect that as well as evolve from it, man, that's a whole nother gambit, bro. Have you
yeah,
this is really random. Have you ever had a paranormal experience or anything of that?
definitely. Not that I can think of.
Not that you
Not
can
that I can
think
think
of?
of. Nothing that I've really deemed, skeptically, or confidently, that it was an actual paranormal experience.
Experience. I have to
Yeah.
ask everyone, bro. It's a part of the thing. Yeah, that's and I just seeing spiritual stuff. I mean, even in the music industry, I know that there's things going on behind the curtains and all that. So I didn't know if you ever saw anything like, before a show, like someone was doing something and, you might have saw some like orbs flying around while they were on stage or anything like that. I have seen
Oh
some.
yeah, we played at a haunted venue once, and I witnessed like tons of spirits throwing down during our set. They really fucked with it.
Really? That's
No, I'm clowning, but wouldn't that
no
be funny?
Scooby. It's a Scooby Doo, bro. You got people with these blankets over them. Actually, that sounds awesome, bro. A Halloween show where people have to dress up as ghosts, bro, and then call it like Legions of the Abyss. Oh my gosh, dude. That actually sounds really badass. Yes, making that
Yeah,
happen.
everybody would just have to be really careful and make sure that their ghost costumes don't look like KKK outfits.
Yes. Oh no, no points,
That's my
dude.
only worry. It sounds like a fun concept, but that's my only concern right off.
All right, we'll just say Undead Fest, otherwise too many sheets. Well, I guess we're in Indiana, so it's a 50.
We already have a magnifying glass over us.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, through the cornfields, is there a Ku Klux Klan meeting going on? So do you have any bigger announcements? I mean, I know you're talking about like this fest coming up. If you want to kind of give a shout out on those and anything
Oh
big
yeah.
or anything like that, yeah, please do.
So we have a number of shows that got canceled. So F in the chat for that. Rip. The shows that we do have still going though right now. Michigan Metal Fest is scheduled for August 29th.
Okay.
It's in Battle Creek, Michigan. That's a very large fest. We played it last year, but over 30 bands,
Oh
I believe,
wow.
total. Three different stages. Um, Phil, Cough and Talk, Carnus Immortalis. There's a Croesus is playing. There's a ton of great bands playing that. Um, we have honestly, I'm not too confident on a couple other shows because there's a number of shows that are being rescheduled actually
Mm.
with the last announcements that were made. We have a couple shows that were planned for like May, June that are getting looked at for like July and August reschedulings right now.
Oh,
But
okay.
as of right now, we have a show in Fort Wayne that's not canceled yet. It's for May 29th, which like things change,
Yeah.
but there is a possibility, that's still going to go down. It's two bands that the Green Leaf is friends with, coming from Illinois, called Fool's Brew and Tanzan. And then the Green Leaves is playing in Fairhound as well. So four bands scheduled to go at the Muse on Main.
Nice.
That's May
Awesome.
29th. So that's about, unfortunately, the only shows for the Green Leaves
All
that I can
right.
shout out right now.
Yeah, no.
Auditory Carnage is another festival that we're playing down in Louisville, Kentucky. My other band, Fleshbore, is playing that. It's a very extreme, a lot of technical death metal, but mostly just like generally extreme death metal music.
Do you usually have like just a couple shows from each of those other bands besides the Green Leaves, or is that just kind of? I mean, is it all like in your rotation for all your shows, or is that kind of side
Um,
kind of?
so the Green Leaves plays as many shows as we can.
Mm.
Basically, we play shows almost every single weekend. Before the virus stuff happened, of course. But
Mm.
Fleshbore plays shows sparingly right now because we were recording our full length album.
Oh,
So we only have the one show scheduled right now. But for Fleshbore, pending all of the coronavirus like gathering limitations and everything, our full length album is fully recorded. We have the first single back for it. We're shooting music videos and playthroughs for it next month. The release date of that album is to be determined. We had one decided on, but if the coronavirus shut down,
yeah,
push it for a couple more months, we're not gonna release the album under quarantine. We gotta
yeah.
wait until because we plan to execute a full album release tour for it. So
Oh,
Flesh
so
War will be playing for a total of like 3.5 weeks, hopefully, sometime to be determined. It's been shifted twice. It's been shifted twice because of the coronavirus situation, but it'll get settled on at one point or
yeah.
another, and then we'll determine an album release date from
Oh,
there.
I
But
was just
my
gonna
third band,
say.
Lucidium, sorry, go ahead.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, yeah. You never know, and I wouldn't want to release stuff under quarantine. I mean, unless it was like a music video, because people could be sitting there and be like, "Yeah,
Oh
we're just sitting here
yeah.
right now."
Okay. Well, I mean, yeah, we're gonna be having music videos and playthroughs and stuff coming out in the coming months, 100% to push the album. The album itself, we're gonna wait though until at least like coming up on when we're gonna be able to tour
Oh,
because
definitely.
we want to be able to tour to support it.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. I mean, shoot, I need to get myself a tour, but that's for. I don't know. Well, I got a lot of eco songs coming. That's all I can say. Like literally, that's I'm doing the occult mixed with eco conscious, and that's it. For now on, I'm just like, and I'm gonna look ridiculous. But what about for your third band? You got anything?
Lucidium, we have 2 singles out, and that's it. We're writing more material. We don't have any plans to play a show before we finish our full length album, which we're writing. So
Okay.
we're in the writing stages, and we want to take our time and make sure that our album is going to be exactly the way that we want it
Mm-hmm.
before we present ourselves live.
Hey man, I 100% feel you on that. It's better to go out looking good than going out and tripping, without a
100%.
doubt.
So we want to make sure that everything is lined up and squared away before we start playing shows. So it's definitely not something that we're in a rush to do. We just want to make sure that we do everything the right way and the way that we want to do it, and believe when we hit the stage, it's going to be crazy. It's going to be crazy.
So we popping up.